It was a normal January morning. The airs were chilly, still cold from the winter season of December. January 22nd, 1993 was a normal day like any other, filled with a bleary-eyed public waking up on their Friday morning, looking forward to finishing the work week and heading into the weekend, as well as looking forward to their incoming paychecks. The long trek cash and transit guards had to endure meant waking up and starting work at the early hours of the day. Mayer had shown up to work without his usual car, citing it having a breakdown and as a result having to take a taxi. Peter Bunn, the other security guard working as Mayer's partner, accepted Mayer's excuse as they got ready to get into the truck and begin their route. As one of the stops on the cash route was the Ipswich post office, there was a lot more cash in the van than usual, making it particularly dangerous for Bunn and Mayer, as the likelihood of attacks on transit vans had gone up in the preceding years before 1993. Bunn had had a few stick-ups in the past, but he was used to it after being a security guard for a few decades. Mayer, on the other hand, had only been at Securicore for 6 months, still thought of as a new boy by the other workers. As a result of Mayer's lack of experience, both in general and on this particular route, Bunn was the leg man, him being the one to take the cash boxes and deliver them to each stop, with Mayer waiting at the wheel and transporting the two around. Their first stop was Lloyd's Bank in Felixstowe on Hamilton Road. Mayer pulled up to the bank, and after a short delay waiting for the bank to affirm that they could enter with the money, Bunn hopped out, taking the first cash box into the bank. Mayer's job was to stay outside the rest of the money whilst Bunn took in cash boxes one at a time, as indicated by protocol, each containing £25,000. Bunn made sure to make chat with the staff in the bank, exchanging pleasantries with them whilst the money was handled, before heading out to either get another cash box or to move on to the next stop. But when Bunn went outside, he wasn't greeted with the van. What was left was an empty space where the van should have been. At first, Bunn didn't want to assume the worst. Often traffic wardens had warned the vans to park somewhere different, so sometimes drivers would drive the van to a spot a street or two away to not get a ticket. Bunn assumed this was the case, so he tried radioing Mayer with his portable radio. No response. This was normal for Bunn, as the radio signal was patchy at best, so it wasn't a surprise that Mayer wasn't answering. After a while of no response from Mayer, Bunn began to panic that Mayer had been kidnapped or had been threatened by an unknown party, so he went into the bank and the nearest control centre for Securicore was contacted. This resulted in the police being called, and they were soon on the case, looking for the van and Eddie Mayer himself. As the confusion settled in, Mayer was using this time to his advantage. It is presumed he drove this route to Micklegate Road, in which he then began swiftly unloading the cash with an accomplice into a Toyota Previn space cruiser, his first getaway vehicle. Almost all of the cash was unloaded into the cruiser, a whopping £1.17 million, with only £2,100 in change left inside of the van. After the unloading had finished, Mayer and his accomplice or accomplices loaded into the cruiser and headed to Landguard Fort, where they had Mayer's Opel Ascona parked ready to load the money into. Mayer had earlier fabricated the lie to Bunn that his car had broken down, and this was likely to cover the fact that he had hidden the Opel Ascona nearby for use in the theft. One of many hints that the theft was carefully planned out beforehand. The route was discreet, and Mayer didn't draw any attention to his vehicles. Maintaining a cool persona and calmly driving around in his getaway vehicle, the cruiser blended with the other nearby traffic, making the sight of Mayer and the cash something unremarkable for the average civilian hanging around Felixstowe. This would later prove a problem when the police looked for witnesses to help them find Mayer's whereabouts. Mayer pulled up to the Landguard Fort car park, a viewing location that offered a view of the nearby beach as well as the port of Felixstowe. He again unloaded the money into another getaway vehicle, this time his Opel Ascona. It is likely that he decided to use 2 getaway vehicles to draw attention away from police searches. From there, it is relatively unknown what Mayer did. He likely drove away to somewhere nearby, but not in Felixstowe, such as a neighbouring village or town, and laid low for a while. For now, he had gotten away with it, but the police search was only beginning.